Rachel Farrell says in the song, if you treated a young boy or a young girl when basically still just a baby with some human dignity and respect, they might even have a ghost of a chance of loving each other body, mind, and soul, but their wounds in the way. See, years ago, I injured myself. I injured my knee. And because I didn't take care of the initial injury, I developed a secondary injury. And then when I didn't take care of that secondary injury, I got another injury. So that's how it is in life. When you don't take care of the initial injury, you develop secondary injuries. If you don't take care of that, whatever it was that hurt you in your youth, whatever that thing was that wounded you, that injured you in your youth, if you don't go back and get that little boy or little girl and who's been calling on you, who's been begging for you to come back and rescue them, 20, 30, 40, 50 years have gone by, and that little voice, that little boy, that little girl is sitting on the steps, just like you were sitting on the steps on Saturday mornings waiting for your daddy to come pick you up, and he never came to pick you up. Just like when mama would drop by grandmama's house and she'd bring you something, but she'd never take you with her. And you're like, Mama, why come I can't go with you? See, there are wounds in the way. If you treated a young boy and young girl, and basically still just a baby, with some human dignity and respect, they might even have a ghost of a chance of loving each other body, mind, and soul. But there are wounds in the way. See, when we don't treat the injuries, the initial injury, over the years, other injuries pile up. Other wounds pile up. And we can't get to the initial injury because we got to get rid of everything else. And it affects every relationship that we're in. It affects our personal relationships. It affects our work relationships, where it's always somebody else's fault because we haven't dealt with the initial injury. And we wonder why relationships don't last, because there are wounds in the way. Because for whatever reason, we've chosen not to fix that initial injury. There's no reason for us not to. When it comes to therapy, you can get therapy a lot of different ways. You can get it over the phone. You can get it on Zoom. There are a lot of different ways to get therapy where you don't have to worry about everybody knowing your business, if that's your issue. But there are wounds in the way. Until you heal those wounds, until you deal with that initial injury, you will just pile up more and more injuries. And before you can get to that initial injury, you got to get rid of all the other injuries along the way. I was talking to a partner of mine a few days ago, and he was talking about some stuff, and it confirmed that I needed to do this video. The things that he was saying. There are wounds in the way. I'm just saying that there's so much that we've got going on in our world, but until we deal with the initial injury, until we deal with that little boy, that little girl who's been calling out, who's been crying out for you for decades to come back and rescue them because you told them that you were coming back. You said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to rescue you. I'm going to take care of what it was that injured us originally. We blame everybody else for what's going on in our world, when in actuality, it's what we didn't deal with in the beginning, that initial injury, that wound that's in the way. If you'd have treated a young boy and young girl when basically still just a baby, with some human dignity and respect, they might even have a ghost of a chance of loving each other body, mind, and soul. But there are wounds in the way. I love all of you. I pray you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.